Okay, I'm sorry. Now you should be able to hear me.
Average streamer scuff. It's all broken.
Yeah, basically. As I was saying, the new, like, I'm basically running a copy shop just with a couple printers, but I also make uh stamplers, like, yeah, stamps for people.
Cool.
I have a machine. I basically can make a stamp in 10 minutes, and turns out that more people than I thought need that, and we're making money off that for now. But also just a bunch of students from a nearby university needing stuff printed out, because we don't just have like a A4 printer. We can print A2, A1, and bigger stuff as
Mm.
well.
Yeah, I used to work for a really big print company.
It's not a big print
Like,
company.
when I say print company, I mean they manufacture the printers.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Um, and they had a printer that was so big it took up an entire room.
Well, thing
And
is,
it was
I'm
huge.
I'm not working at like a proper building. It's like a small hut, basically. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a small square. N- Next to a street, there's a couple of those small square barracks, basically, that have very
Hmm.
thin walls, and it's fucking winter, and it's like the printers can barely fit in. At least there's like a uh, at least there's enough space for me, I guess. So for now it's working out, but I'm really struggling for space sometimes.
I bet.
Anyways, yeah, so we're building the Leo. Like it's one of the Gunpla sets that were most like, my English is getting worse with age. Uh I'm getting brain issues with age, and my English is suffering.
It's all right. There's nothing worth saying in English anyway.
I mean, I I can always go back to my mother tongue and say kurva, but that's kind of played out.
Yeah,
Today.
yeah, I don't think I would understand you.
Kurva?
I, I lived with two Poles for a couple of years, and the only things I picked up were swear words. So I'm
Gee,
of
I
no
wonder
use in
why.
Irish. They were drunk a lot. Not a very good example.
Well, you must understand, Eastern Europe is kind of fucked. I mean, Poland, as far as east of Germany, Poland is still the best place to live, probably, except like Estonia or Finland. But
No, they were good guys. They worked hard. They were great guys.
I'm not saying that they're
They just
bad
loved to
guys.
drink.
I'm more referring to the alcoholism part.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I got drunk
when
with
I
them
told
one
one of my
time.
friends
Oof.
that I'm going to therapy, then he literally told me, "Oh, you should just do what a real man does and drink alcohol." Very good feedback. Very good.
I too wish for death.
Yeah, and that guy really needs therapy, but there's no way to convince him.
Everybody needs therapy. Life is trauma.
True, 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 true. Here we are.
Here we are, painting models as a form of therapy.
Yes, and ironically, this is quite helpful. Otherwise, I
Hmm.
wouldn't carry my bag with all my tools to work every day just for the chance that I can build something in my free time.
Hell yeah.
Um, yeah, this is the one of the gunpla kits most optimized for fast building, because this is like the one of the most iconic grants of the whole series, that's known for being there in large numbers and blowing up easily. So it was made to be cheap and easy and fast to build in multiple copies, which is why they bought me 6. Checks out.
Mass produced. Got it.
Funny thing is, I will buy a 7th, but it's not. There's a reason for it. There is a reason to the
Hmm.
madness, because it's like the normal version just comes with very basic equipment, but there is like ex, an exclusive version which one of my friends is selling that has an additional weapons, but not just a set. It has 6 sets of additional weapons,
Nice.
which makes me think that they knew what they were doing. It kind of feels like I was set up because they knew I would buy that set.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's not just like weapons. It's some option parts. For example, there's a set of wings to put on one of them. There's a couple cannons to put on another. Yeah, it's gonna be like a proper army I can then display on conventions. So funnily enough, we were talking on our last Gunpla meet. Instead of working on, because usually I help on the modeling workshops we do, but instead they told me that we're actually thinking of doing the Gundam card game this year, and I will be one of the people who are teaching it.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, the card game is still really young. We're still on the 3rd set right now. It's less than a year old, and it's still in the phase of will this even catch on or not.
Right. I see.
And mechanically, it's still like, oh, what does this clone of Magic the Gathering do? It's kind of too harsh because if anything, it's a clone of Duel Masters, which was a clone of Magic the Gathering, but there is some separation of mechanics. There is some cool ideas. I do own the full common sets of the first and uncommon sets of the first 2 sets of the game, so probably will make like decks for teaching people out of that work well enough.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it turns out when you're friends with geeks that are 10 to 20 years older than you, have families and enough income, they can just give you freebies sometimes. Because
Yeah,
a
I got quite lucky with like I don't collect Magic the Gathering really. I had some old sets back in the day. I managed to get my hands on all 4 of the special limited release Warhammer decks.
oh Jesus Christ,
All 4 of them.
I wish that was fucking me. When I tried getting him, it was already too late.
I managed to get them on Amazon.
Jesus Christ. You know what? That is very lucky. I will not even like say anything else. That's
Yeah.
fucking lucky. I'm so happy for you.
I did unbox them though to have a look at them, so they're not worth as much now, but the decks are still worth a good amount of money.
I mean, yeah, obviously. If anything, I really wanted to buy the Necron deck, but yeah, that ship sailed long ago.
Yeah.
I
I don't
am
know, maybe I'll sell
working.
them one day.
I will probably print out most of the cards, but that's because I'm building a cube that the cards go into because it's an artifact cube and it just works.
Hmm.
Funny you mentioned Magic the Gathering because I played Magic the Gathering until like 019, no 2019, and
Oh yeah.
stopped mostly because of the direction changes of the game, and have not technically gone back, but a lot of my friends play, so it's never like far away. And recently, like late last year, one of my friends had his birthday, and he wanted to fund a draft at his house, so he bought a whole box of the Tarkir set, the Tarkir Dragonstorm. Thing is, Cans of Tarkir is my favorite set of all time, so Of course, I said yes when he asked. Then I came and just won the whole thing, even though I don't
Nice.
play the game, which was like kind of the biggest insult. Like, oh, I win. I don't even play this game, but I'm still better than you fuckers. Man, I love drafting because you don't have to like come with a pre-constructed deck. You just all put it
Just figure it
together.
out.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the
It's,
best part. And I actually
that's
won because of this drafting strategy because I did the same thing that you could do in the original Tarkir block. So instead of drafting good cards in the first pack, my first 7 picks were lands. I was picking multicolor lands. Ended up with like 10 or 11. Yes, I ended with 10 multicolor lands, evolving wilds and 6 basics. And I was playing a basic of each color. So I ended up just
well,
playing
yeah.
5 color and winning the whole thing.
I think that's not bad. That shoulder pad so far. Given that I've just like gone at it without any kind of reference. Pretty even.
Okay, so I did.
What do you think of the checkers?
I can't really. Wait, I have to go into the. You know what? That actually looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
That doesn't look bad at all.
It's not shaded yet, but we'll get there.
Hey, when you told me I scared you while you were painting checkers, I got scared. I screwed it up, but nah, it looks nice. Yeah, I did praise this kit for being fast and easy to build, but it's not all gravy. Some parts just don't hold together. Like this part right here just falls off constantly. So it is what it is.
There's always one thing like that on a kit.
Is it one thing on this? I think it's like 2 things on this one that don't hold together. But it is true that it's extremely cheap and easy to and fast to build. But yeah, and that's the thing. Now they're releasing the freaking the new Lorwyn set, right? Lorwyn was the first Magic the Gathering product I ever opened. It was like, wow, I've quit years ago, but they're doing their fucking best.
Yeah.
Let me back in. Like all of that. Then again, like, if I'm get dragged in it just to draft one set because then I see all those Marvel sets and other bullshit, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like the sets that are like themed. That's kind of fun. But they shouldn't take all of that away and get rid of anything else.
Like
Because
it.
I feel
Well,
like everything has to be a collab these days between two companies, and it's like I don't care
thing is, initially they
most of the
said that
time.
it's only gonna be settings that make sense, and then
Didn't they
they
do a
said
Hatsune
that it's
Miku set?
gonna be like one or something set per year, not main sets. And now not only is it main standard sets with actual in-universe set being freaking pushed around because Lorwyn was like ready months before, but they like postponed it due to Spider-Man.
Yeah,
But
but wasn't there
now,
a set for Hatsune Miku or something a little while ago as well?
yeah, but now next year there's 7 standard sets, and like 4 of them are collabs, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I hate that every company takes the Fortnite approach now. It's like chill out.
Yeah, I literally quit complaining about Fortniteification of Magic the Gathering years ago, and it just got worse and worse since I left. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like so like Dota 2 did a collab for the first time in like a really long time. They do rare ones, right?
Can you come again? What do I collab?
Dota 2, one of the games I play on the stream fairly
Okay.
often. They did a Monster Hunter collab, and it's a bunch of free sets you can earn by playing the game, which is kind of nice. But like, at least it's another relevant game and not like completely out of nowhere.
Well, that sounds at least somewhat fitting. Again, when the collabs were Lord of the Rings, that was like, yeah, that's a fantasy setting. Warhammer 40k, that's a fantasy setting. Then there was like Doctor Who, like, I'm not sure, Chief. And now it's just like, oh, Spider Man. Ooh, Marvel superheroes. Ooh, Star Trek. And I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Some of it I don't agree with. But like the last one they did was a Warhammer one for Dota. They did a Warhammer one, so you can get like a Demon Prince of Khorne as Doom, the character who's basically Satan. So there's some kind of fun setting stuff. But some of it, some collabs just don't make sense. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, like they made a whole secret lair of Dwight in the office.
That's just funny.
It is funny, but also it is very much going back to the feeling I got when I was like very into magic. I was also very into the magic lore, which is now dead. And then I started being like, oh, when I go play magic, I now have to expect people come with like the most dumb and unrelated shit in the universe.
Hmm.
It doesn't help that the freaking Spider-Man set is like one of the worst sets of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was not supposed to be a set. It was supposed to be like a small set, like they did with March of the Machine Aftermath. But they decided that those don't sell well enough, so they were like, okay, design like 100 new cards and make it a main set, and postpone Lorwyn to release it.
Yuck.
It was just like badly designed and rushed. And also,
Hmm.
they didn't get the rights to put the cards in Magic Arena. Just, it's the silliest thing that in paper there is the Spider-Man set, but in Magic Arena and Magic Online they now have the non-union equivalent.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, because they had like to invent the cards had to be functionally the same, so it's like still like, oh, hero, spider, legend, and stuff, but they cannot be Marvel related, so it's the most random shit.
Hmm. I see.
Like, you can one day just like look through the Magic Online, Magic Arena version because it's just hilarious to look at Wizards fail sometimes. But yeah, basically they signed the whole deal with Marvel, and then it turned out that they didn't make sure that they can actually put the cards in into digital products. While it was far too late to do anything. Hello, Exia! Thank you for the stretch. Thank you for the hydrate.
Hydrating sounds good right now.
Yeah, some tea is always nice.
I'm sat here eating a salted caramel brownie that I got at lunchtime, and it's
Oh, I
still
love
really good.
salted caramel. Jesus Christ. I love salted caramel so much. How are you
Yeah.
doing, Exie, my boy? Nice to see you, amigo. I would say feel free to join in, but I know you've been streaming earlier today, so I don't want to tire you out. But if you would like to join a collab, you're always welcome. Especially since today is a quiet day, everybody seems busy. Which is funny, I'm literally here because I was asked to be here, and the person who asked me is not even here. I'm feeling better since my painkillers are starting to work, and I cuddled my cat for a bit, so. Work was tiring, but I recovered enough to build a Leon string. It's not much, but still. Again,
It's not much, but it's honest work.
yeah, again, I got 6 of the bugger for my birthday, so I got to work through the team. I have to build all 6 Leos, then I have to buy the Premium Bandai Leo weapons set. So I have 7 Leos, all of them outfitted with different weapons. So I can deploy them in the fan-made skirmish game, which I love, but it's kind of a mess. We're actually thinking with my friends of making our own fork of it. And also, wait, did I put this on correctly? I think I did. And also, just in general, dioramas on cons. Like the fact that I'm gonna be mostly doing the card game this year, it seems, doesn't mean I still cannot put my own dioramas there, which I will, which I
Hmm.
will.
Definitely.
But yeah, last week with my birthday streams and stuff was a lot of fun. I'm hoping to at least hit 2 streams this week, so we'll try to do another on Sunday if I feel like it. Hopefully,
Very nice.
because
Yeah.
I started streaming Pokemon, but this time started streaming Pokemon Emerald.
That was the one I started on. Good Pokemon game.
Yeah, I started on Gen 3 and Gen 2 as well, and now I'm like, oh, there's this hack called Pokemon Legacy, which just improves it with like more modern design stuff and quality of life and improving the difficulty a bit. Just just fun stuff. I played that as one of my two birthday streams, and will hopefully continue on Sunday.
Nice.
Emerald and Fire Red were very much my main games. It's funny, I never got any Pokemon to level 100, but the closest I ever got was in primary school when I had the level 93 Charizard in Fire Red.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, right? It was obviously the kind of thing like, oh, primary school, we're comparing our like power level. Like, look, you cannot beat this Charizard ever. Shit, this is the wrong part. Get out the wrong part because I'm focusing on talking. Oh, there it is.
Oh dear.
But as I was saying, in the walls of the barrack I'm working at are extremely thin, and as is the roof, but there is wool in them, and I know there is at least one mouse in there, probably more mice, but they haven't descended yet to meet me. But every day I hear them, I look there and I await their arrival, but they have not come yet. It's literally the rats in the walls. So funny.
Rats. The rats. We are the rats.
Yes. My very own Skaven army.
You got to 3D print out little Skaven weapons for them to hold.
Oh, I could do that. A bunch of my friends have 3D printers. I could very much do something like that. But that reminds me of a one of the episode of what was it? L- L- what's the TV show called? Love, Death and Robots.
I haven't watched that.
There is a whole. I haven't watched it either, but I have seen a bunch of it on YouTube. And there is an episode of a guy having like rats in his barn that are extremely aggressive. So he buys the whole extermination robot with lasers, and the rats start using like uh, medieval weapons against it.
Oh, cool.
Ends up with the guy destroying the robot itself because they're like, no, fuck this. They fought bravely. They earned their life. And then the fucking rats give give the human their own self-brewed booze to try. Like a silly little thing. So if a rat from a wall would offer you alcohol, would you drink it?
No.
I see. You do not trust the rats. That I really wanna go back and buy more Warhammer figures to finish off the Ghoul army because I painted all the figures I have, but not. They increased my rent again, so for now it's like once again living paycheck to paycheck. It sucks. I
You
just
got enough
wanna
kits to be getting on with anyway, don't you?
what?
You got enough kits to be getting on with there.
I do have kids, but I wanted to finish a Warhammer army so I can actually go play with people. Hey. Because I bought the like last year I bought the like 2024 Christmas one of the Christmas those big Christmas sets
Right, yeah.
on an April sale, and I built it with just half the army of bulls for AOS. I still need the other half, so
I see.
I need to buy like the spearhead or two, which is not that much, but right now I just rent increasing and the business I'm working at being still in the phases of trying to make it work is like, oh, I don't know. Which is why I'm
Yeah.
thankful for receiving 6 robots from my friends.
hmm Yeah, I feel your pain. I just had to replace my car, so life is expensive.
Yeah, no shit. Life sure do be expensive. And again, could be much worse. At least I'm not living in
This is very
America.
true.
At least I'm not living in America.
Yeah, at least I'm not American.
Yeah, or British, or British.
Hey, what's wrong with being British?
Brexit.
Hey. The opinions of the old who will be dead soon matter not.
Ah. I mean, I guess if the NHS doesn't have the money, then they just die, and then you have your wish. That works
Nah,
out.
I don't wish for the death of anyone.
I'm joking. Don't worry. I know.
I didn't vote at the time. I was too young.
Left. See, there's a on the right in Poland. There is a lot of maybe not a lot of, but like there is a bunch of people pushing for Polexit, and that's the most stupid thing ever. I have no idea why they would do that.
I don't know. That's not looking too bad to start off with that. Given I'm just like going at this without a plan, which is really stupid, you should always plan your freehand.
Yeah, okay, a free hand, yes. But hey, if it's looking good, that just means you are skilled and it's working all right. I don't know what else I can tell you. You're just good at
Hmm.
this, clearly. An artist in the flesh.
What about artist?
Well, we are artists. That doesn't mean we're good artists. We're doing something creative with our hands. We're trying to do our own thing here. We are artists.
I suppose.
After I finish the model kits, I do try to like make them ugly with battle damage and stuff. It's not much, but it's honest art.
I hate battle damage on models. I'm too scared to do it.
See, I have the opposite problem. It's not that I wanted to learn to do battle damage, it's that I am extremely dumb and make mistakes and I have to hide them. Because the first Gunpla model kits I built, I broke. Because somebody told me to use Tamiya panel liner,
Right. What's wrong with
not
that?
not telling me that I need to use it over over plastic that's already varnished, because otherwise it can melt plastic. Because it eats into plastic, and if it gets into like grooves and stuff, or especially parts that are under pressure from like being squeezed together, it will break them apart. And one of the first model kits I built had a whole arm just crumble, basically.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, and I did the thing I could do. I bought a bunch of metallic paint. I you, took my hobby knife to make some more orderly damage. I glued a bunch of the parts that were still essential, and I painted over with a bunch of metallic paint. And I was off to the races. Now, whenever I fuck up, I just know, okay, I can do something here. And hey, I like it. Since then I bought a bunch of different tools for it. Like for example, the Tamiya Weatherine Master kits
Hmm.
are great. So a lot of this stuff does have to be put on over varnished, and I'm like, oh, it's fine. At this point, I just like use a matte coat on the model so the plastic looks better. Then on top of it, I put weathering, then another matte coat.
Yeah, so far as I'm aware, you don't need to do that with GW plastic, but I don't really mess with that stuff.
Don't need to do what?
Uh, when you're using panel liner, you don't need to put anything over the top.
See, that depends on the panel liner. Because other panel liners don't have this problem. It's specifically Tamiya's version that has a very, I don't want to say caustic, but reactive, I guess, solvent.
Hmm.
And I dropped one of the smallest parts in the whole kit. It is gone now. It will never come back.
Rip that piece.
Well, you know what I say. Battle damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look what it... Where the hell did it go? Thing is, it's so small that any shaving in the same color could be it.
That's the worst, that is.
That right. Okay, got it.
You got it?
Yeah, locked out.
How's that?
Sometimes it just works out. I still need to figure out how to push it in without dropping it again. Almost. There's just so much stuff I want to buy if I have some spare cash. I know I'm not gonna buy a new PC anytime soon with the prices.
Yeah, I got very lucky when I did mine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna buy a Steam Deck because buying an actual PC is not gonna work out. While a Steam Deck is
Yeah.
still like can be bought at a reasonable price.
Yeah, I'm looking at getting a Steam frame when they come out. Possibly.
It would be nice, but I saw the prices and I'm like, oh,
There's no price yet.
I did see quote unquote leaked prices.
Yeah, I don't believe those.
I really don't want to believe those, yes. But if they are
They
true,
won't. I reckon the price for the Steam frame will be around the same as it is for the Index, because they know they can sell that.
Wouldn't that be nice? But yeah, I'll probably just buy a Steam Deck whenever I have a couple $100 handy. Wouldn't
Hmm.
that be nice?
Indeed.
But yeah, then I'll actually be able to stream games more properly because my PC has officially turned 11 years old. So instead of being mad at that it's not running, I'm just thankful every day that it still turns on.
Hmm.
Zazu, please,
Yeah,
Zazu.
mine's brand new, so I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
complain about anything it does.
I mean, no, you can complain now because you paid for it. I'm like, oh no, you are an old friend. I will not raid on you.
Hmm.
Yeah, to play anything that's not Umamusume or a card game, I basically have to use my laptop as the OBS capture device because the PC cannot manage that much. Which is reasonable. I can still play stuff like The Witcher 3, so I have stuff I can do. Yeah, it would be much of an improvement because, if I remember correctly, the Steam Deck for what it is pretty decent, right? For the
Yeah,
price.
I mean, it's not gonna play like modern games, like say like Space Marine 2, brand new game. It won't play that at max settings, but you don't
Yeah,
need
but
it to.
it can run it.
Yeah.
And also it can run stuff like Cyberpunk, right? That's enough.
At some level, yes.
I don't need per perfection. I need it to run. Because like at this point, even stuff like Jurassic World Evolution left me in the dust. I played that since game one, but now it's at free. Even though it's the same engine, the graphics still improved, so now I can't even run the newest version.
That's unfortunate.
Basically. Like Total War Warhammer runs, but Total War 40k was announced, and I'm like, okay, this is never gonna happen. Like Total War
Yeah, good luck.
Warhammer has been going out for over a decade by now, so it's even though it's like the third game, it is still understandable how it still runs. But fucking hell, I'm not seeing Warhammer 40k, then again, I'm very interested how because I read a couple times what the game is supposed to look like, and I don't fully understand. And I don't think I'm alone in that.
Mm.
I mean specifically how the campaigns are supposed to work. Is that right? No, I don't think I did that right. Hello, Syphilis. That's a great name. Do you know this guy, Syphilis?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Seems like an alright chap with such a handle. All I can say is, mate, I hope you get that checked. If you're Terminus's boyfriend, then that's all the more reason for you to get it checked, you know?
Now,
What?
let's not say I have a boyfriend because I don't.
That's literally what they said. Are you telling me
Don't
people
don't
on the
don't,
internet
don't tell
lie?
lies on the internet.
Yeah,
Do
are you
not
telling
tell
me
lies on the
people
internet.
on
Come
the
on.
internet lie? Hey, hey.
I can't believe I'm doing this to myself. I hate it so much.
Funny thing is, I had the money to buy a decent PC like 2 years ago, but I was like, actually, my still runs. Okay, my still runs, and I don't need any new games. I will buy myself more model kits
Hmm.
because I assume that PCs will like new PCs will come out. The ones that are decent will just become cheaper, and then this happened. Every day I pray for the AI bubble to collapse.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not here yet. Hello, X. Yeah. Oh, I mean, no, I already know X, but yeah, they are welcoming each other. I guess they know each other.
It seems to be the case.
Twitch small? I wouldn't say that. I would more say that the modeling community is pretty small on Twitch
Hmm.
specifically. Okay, this is two leg item. A couple more pieces we're getting. Oh. One. Got my. Give me a second. I need to see what the hell is wrong with my model. Up. I'll, I'll see if changing the tracking works. Probably not. Probably not well enough. Up. That's a bit better. It's not choppy right now, so it's decent. But yeah, X, yeah. Have you ever built the Leo model kit? The HG. I don't remember what the timeline is, but the HD Leo? I assume you have. It is quite the enjoyable build, even if it's not. Oh, you have not. I see.
We have
Even if
ghosts
it's not the
everywhere.
most
What's going on?
stable, it is quite just enjoyable and fast. It very much reminds me of the IBO kits that are very much made to be easy to build. So a bit more solid. Those things, depending on the kit, those things just fall apart. That reminds me, give me a second. I will bring the one I battle damaged most recently because it was falling apart. And I was talking about that, and I will fetch just one. Be right back.
Ugh, my eyes burn. That's not good. I will get a drink in a minute. Don't worry. The flesh is weak, yet can produce great miracles.
Okay, there it is. Let me get my ears back on. But yeah, so I built this model recently, and for one thing, I accidentally got some plastic cement on its back. So I had to do some battle damage to hide that. So now he has like a whole uh, here.
I see.
He got shot. It's nice. It's I did it with a metal file for a quick and deep hole in it. And also, one of his skirts just didn't hold in place. This one. So I needed to glue it on, but with it being glued on, it would limit the movement. So I cut it in half so it could be glued on and not limit the movement, basically.
That's good.
And used a lot of metal ink paint, as I love to do. Like, this is still early stages of trying to make this guy look pretty, but this is a good example of fuck up. Oh yeah, gotta hide that somehow. Yeah, speaking of having to glue it on. Okay, let me get a drink.
I could use a drink too.
What would you like?
Hmm. I don't know. Is it too late for coffee?
It depends what time are you planning to go to sleep.
Yes.
I mean, I'm literally drinking Pepsi right now,
Hmm.
which is basically the same mistake. Otherwise, I have some tea. I do have. If I wanted alcohol, I have mead in the fridge, but I don't really want alcohol.
I've got some honey mead in the cupboard somewhere.
Yeah, currently, honey mead is the only alcohol I even have. I might drink it like occasionally. Because I got one bottle a long time ago, and my parents for Christmas got me another bottle, so now I have two bottles.
Hmm.
And I told them that not to buy me another one next year because I will probably still have this one. Because I really need a good occasion to actually drink. Then again, I am in the process of going off a bunch of my meds, so I should be far less affected by alcohol without a bunch of my meds.
That's good, right?
Yeah, hey, it's the psychiatrist who told me to go off my anxiety meds, so that's a win in my book. Like, the whole idea of taking anxiety meds is to one day stop taking anxiety meds, right?
I think so.
And so far, I've cut my dosage by half, and I'm still here.
How many nights do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 nights. It's just under 2,000 points.
Ah, that's one leg completely finished. The other one.
Yeah, this will probably be the last night I paint for a while.
But yeah, Exia, once I get the weapons set for this, you will see a lot of pictures of a whole team of Leos, everybody with a different outfit, different loadouts. Very fun. I got to build all seven first.
Do I use anything as support units?
Okay, that's the
No, but
legs
that's because I've
fully
only played one game with
complete.
my knights. So far, anyway. I have Imperial agents. I have like all 4 of the assassins, so I could run an assassin with the army. That could be fun.
Okay, let's do the most important part of any model kit, the crotch. How many armies do you play?
Play 2. Have right now like
Own.
6 or 7.
Fun. Okay, so who do you play actually?
Space Marines and Imperial Knights right now. But I do have a Death Guard army. Technically, I have some Tyranids. I have some Necrons. I have a 3,000 point army of Admech, and probably about that as many again as Tau. And then I have my first Space Marine army, which is about 5,000 points of Firstborn.
I mean,
It's a lot of numbers.
if I were to get a 40k army, which I'll probably at some point will. I do have some figures, but it's Necrons. I don't really want to play. I will just probably give it to a friend of mine at some point. I got them for free.
Hmm.
I think that I would either do Chaos or Tau.
Yeah, that's fair. They're both interesting armies.
I would specifically love it if they made some exclusive units for the what was their fucking name? I'm blanking of a name of a chaos chapter. Undivided. Iron Warriors. There we go.
The next release cycle was supposed to have some.
There we go. Because
The
I know
rumor is Perturabo is coming back, but I don't know if they'll actually do that.
I mean, I know that. I know that so far we've been like getting god specific chapters as a alternative for god armies, like demon armies, but I do think that Undivided Chaos should also get their own like exclusive stuff.
Well, I mean, the Red Corsairs have got a bunch of content coming out,
Yeah,
so
I did
that's
see
cool.
that. That's freaking awesome. I always
I
loved
did.
those guys.
Not gonna lie, I don't like the new Huron model.
Why?
Because I had the original Huron model,
Oh, that's fair. That's always fair.
and I prefer it. But I also have the Luft Huron model, which is him before he falls to Chaos,
Hmm.
and that's a really cool model.
Yeah, honestly, I would just love having an Iron Warriors army, especially since I was very much thinking of just getting, not getting. I wasn't thinking of getting. I basically got a bunch of. I haven't painted them or anything, but a friend who had a shit ton of stuff just gave me a bunch of heresy and heresy space marines. So I'm like, hey, because of how the Iron Warriors lore is, I can basically turn heresy Iron Warriors into Chaos Space Marines because they're the ones who are like, oh, we're not actually worshipping Chaos. We don't like mutations. We cut them off. So yeah, I
Mhm.
could use this. Those could be decent proxies.
Yeah, I mean, I have a few. I'm always painted up things, but it's just because I wanted to do a Vashtor army at one point, and then Vashtor kind of fell out of the lore a little bit. So I'm a bit like, oh, okay.
That reminds me,
You've seen Vashtor's model, I assume.
I have not. Okay, I probably have it. I'm just blanking.
He's basically the chaos demigod of innovation and discovery.
Okay, I am blanking. But
I'll go get him. Hang on.
you just reminded me. I guess I will say it when you come back.
I
Okay,
can
no,
still
it's
hear
okay.
you.
You just reminded me of having this argument again and again. I have, and ironically, I know a person who praises GW for never doing retcons, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Because he buys into the whole, oh, it's just unreliable narrators. I'm like, no, this is a cop out. They just can do retcons and never explain it because, oh, it was always just like unreliable narrators everywhere.
I fucked that up so bad, but it looks okay
Hey, that's what matters.
for the first pass. I mean, if you look at it closely, you can see all the issues, but
Listen, these are not supposed to be looked at closely.
they are in my circles.
Well, that's not on me.
here's Vashtor. Yeah, here he is.
That
He's a wicked model.
yeah, I've seen this guy before.
Yeah, I wanted to run an army with this guy as like the leader, but he's also not a very strong unit on the tabletop, which is really unfortunate.
Okay. Like one of my cats just had the smelliest shit. Love to see it during the stream.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna die. Especially since I had to like pull down the curtains on my windows to have the room somewhat soundproofed, and now I'm sitting here with this. And it's getting
So I need to
worse.
tidy this up, but for a first pass, that's okay.
Okay, I'm actually gonna die. I'm sorry, I'm dying. Talk to you later. But yeah, I could also technically do Death Guard, which obviously I got reminded of because of this smell.
Mm-hmm.
At least I can think of something nice. Yeah, I always loved Nurgle. I'm actually building Nurgle for the old world and almost got Nurgle for AOS. I ended up going with the ghouls, but I do regret not going Nurgle because those were the two available Christmas sets.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the Death Guard and Nurgle stuff is generally quite cool, and the Age of Sigmar sculpts are quite nice.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't feel like playing a bunch of demons. I would rather play Chaos Warriors, and this is mostly demons. And now they announced a bunch of new AOS Nurgle models, and it's like, oh, they actually have mid-range infantry units now. Because before Nurgle had demons, and as human followers on foot, it had like the Warcry band, which is a bunch of fleet-footed, barely armored guys, and
Yeah.
the Putrid Blight Kings, which is like the exalted Chaos Champions, and nothing in between. And now they gave them their own Chaos Warriors and Kufan. I'm like, wow, when was this when I was choosing what to buy?
That
But,
looks good. I'm happy with that.
but yeah, I got a bunch of 3D files, and I'm slowly working on that 3D printed
That's fair.
Chaos Warrior army of Nurgle for the old world.
I'm going to take a few minutes break and get a coffee, but I'm still here and I can still hear you.
Okay. But yeah, so far in the old world, it doesn't actually make sense to play Monogod, but I wanna do it because it's cool. Like, just for flavor. The main issue I have is that I still cannot find like good 3D prints 3D prints files for Chaos Marauder Horseman. But I could just do the new models they released for the old world, which are great. Because all of the new Chaos Marauder units they released are lovely. I could buy at least those. Okay, that's the crotch and the legs, so it's nice because normally Gunpla kits start with a head, but this one is specifically always starting with the legs. So you can actually build it from the ground up quite literally, and it already stands, even though it's only halfway done. Only halfway done. This is pretty fast for a model kit on stream.
Deary me. Big
Okay, so
stretch.
maybe you have a solution for this, but the one issue I have with resin models is that I got a lot of those very cool and elaborate models for Nurgle, but a lot of them have like parts like bells on chains and stuff, and when it's printed in resin, they'll just break off so easily. Like, I'm pretty sure I glued on some bells multiple times by now, and I'm like, how do I not have my elaborate resin miniatures break every time I transport them?
Handle them carefully.
Well, yeah, but I cannot handle every single one of them.
I'm being pedantic. You can ignore me. If you're transporting them, what you could do, if you get like a sheet of metal and magnetize the bottom of the bases, that way they won't shift around. That way you can safely transport them without them bumping around and knocking into things.
I mean, you are right. That is probably what I should do. I'm just like lazy. I'm like, oh, there's probably not it. But you are probably right.
Choice, you don't have to do it.
Yeah, I know.
I am now out of milk. There is no more coffee for me.
No milk. Oh no.
I know. I can't make a latte without milk.
Well, I'm allergic to milk, so I cannot really relate. But
That is unfortunate.
it is extremely unfortunate. You know why? Because I love the taste of milk.
I see.
But the things it does to my body are just not worth it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've actually there have been episodes when in my life when I just tried brute forcing through this allergy, but it's never been worth it.
Yeah.
Cow
You just
milk.
got to tank the damage, right?
Yeah.
Lactose intolerance is just damage over time.
It's not lactose. Everybody assumes it's not lactose
I
intolerance.
know.
I'm actually allergic.
I know. I'm referring to the meme.
I know. Like, I know you are, but that's what everybody always assumes.
Not me. I knew.
Oh, okay. Because I
You
don't
said
get
before.
stomach issues. I get hives.
Yeah. So at least you're not allergic to fruit.
Truth nuke.
I'm allergic to the preservative that they put on fruit, like the
Oh.
waxy coat.
Jesus Christ. But
it makes me go up, like my mouth will swell up and get really itchy and like I can't breathe.
But yeah, can you still like buy it from like local farmers or something?
Yeah, I just have to wash the fruit.
I mean, I don't think. Maybe it's just me, but I think somebody has to wash it for you for that to work.
No, I just wash it with fruit. Wash the fruit and it sorts it out.
Okay, because I assumed it works on you even if it's in your hand, but if it's only if you like ingest,
No,
then it's fine.
it's like the inside of your mouth where it's sensitive.
Okay, I thought it was far worse than it is then. That's still bad but livable. I thought
yeah,
I was
fine.
imagining
I can
you going to like a Tesco in general a shop and trying to buy fruit and just exploding.
I mean, nearly.
That is extremely unfortunate.
Yeah. What can you do?
You have to tank the damage, obviously. Already said
Yeah.
as much.
Well, that's looking quite nice so far. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. I will though admit that if you oat milk almost tastes like milk.
No, it doesn't.
I did say almost. Listen,
Not even close.
I've
I can
tried
tell you right now.
I've tried multiple alternatives, and as far as it goes, this is the least bad one.
Why is it so sweet?
I would always pick the taste of actual milk, but my parents brought me up on freaking soy milk, and this is so much better.
They're all full of sugar.
Soy
All of them.
milk, soy milk sucks balls. Oat milk actually.
I don't know. Soy milk's not a bad item in the Binding of Isaac.
Oat milk actually kinda imitates the taste. Soy milk doesn't.
I would rather have black coffee than drink it with soy milk or oat milk. Gonna be honest.
I would rather have black coffee than have soy milk, but oat milk is fine if you ask me. When I go to
And it tastes really, it just tastes of oats. It just tastes like it makes your coffee taste like porridge.
uh, I guess that depends on the brand. I have
Maybe it does. The ones
yeah,
they
it very
have in
much
like
does
coffee shops, especially.
because I just remember that some of them actually do taste like oats, but I do buy Alpro mostly and it doesn't, at least to me.
Is it the lactose you're allergic to, or is it something else in the milk?
No, it's some fucking protein. I don't know.
Because you could try lactose-free milk and see if it does the same
No,
thing. But
lactose-free milk doesn't help because it's not lactose. I know, I tried.
well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know if you've tried that. That's what I'm saying. Have you tried that?
Yes, I have. I'm not mad at you. I'm just like, yeah, I have. I do not have issues with other kinds of milk like goat milk, but sadly it's not as tasty.
No, it's meatier, isn't it?
Just it just doesn't have the sauce.
It's a stronger flavor too, much stronger flavor.
That strong flavor is not what you're looking for in milk. Thing is, I still ingest a lot of it. Just have to tough it out and take a lot of uh, allergy meds if I do
There you go. There's my coffee.
because I love stuff like curry far too much to completely go with milk.
Yeah.
When I have a good day and some money to spare, I just order curry to my house.
Yeah. Who wants a sip of coffee?
The,
Slut.
the curry shop is like 100 meters from me, and last time I ordered, they actually brought it here under 10 minutes. It was impressive.
Yeah, see, I have some very good food places around me, like really good. But I can make a pretty good curry myself. Not as good as that, but pretty good.
Okay, so I could make curry, but the issue is that I have some areas of ADHD I am decent at controlling, but cooking has never worked out well. Not because I'm bad at it, but because I always get busy with other things, forget, and then it always ends with stuff spoiling in my fridge.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That's why I started instead buying a lot of boxed meals.
Hmm.
It's like
Nothing wrong with that.
I do
Yes,
love
that's
I
fine.
do like cooking, but at the same time, I often just don't feel like cooking for myself.
Yeah, that's fair. I like cooking for other people specifically,
Yeah,
and
same.
that's fun.
Like my roommate hasn't seen me cooking for like half a year when we lived together. But then I randomly just made some spaghetti. They tried it, and they were like, "Oh, you weren't bullshitting. You actually can cook." Wow, it was nice. It's not much. It's fucking spaghetti, but it's nice.
Yeah, doing spaghetti well is difficult though.
Is it? I mean,
Yeah.
is it the right part? Not sure now. No, it's not. I think I caught myself there. Oh yeah, this is this part. Yeah, I'm also the weird kind of person that just doesn't use recipes a lot. That relies on their own senses, mostly smell, to
Yeah,
cook.
that's
But
fair.
a friend of mine, a Bangladeshi friend of mine, did give me their curry recipe. It was
I
pretty
have
good.
I have a neighbor from Kerala, and they gave me like some food once. Oh, that was good.
We could try trading. That sounds nice.
Yeah, it's my turn to cook for them next,
Uh-huh.
so I'm gonna do that soon.
See, maybe I should go to. What's the name of those events where everybody brings their own meal?
Americans call it potluck.
Oh yeah, that was the word I was looking for. Is there like a British name?
We don't do that here.
Well, yeah, that would require you to have good food, right?
No, it's just like the host is generally expected to provide.
I mean, yeah, same in Poland. That's why I'm like, oh, I wish I could try this. I do have I, I actually have a British friend around here in my Gunpla club who moved. Okay, his life story is funny because first he, as a freaking weeb, moved to Japan to teach the Japanese English. He found a wife there who was Polish, and the wife brought him over to Poland.
Nah.
Pretty interesting life story. Either way, he does tell me that Polish food is generally much better, except for Christmas food. He loves the British Christmas food.
Yeah, I mean, like Polish food is quite like hearty, right? There's a lot of like
Oh yeah,
root veg and stuff in it, isn't there?
it is. It's very hearty, but also like often fat. There's that just reminds me every time of my grandma. I loved my grandma dearly, and I loved her cooking, but we were cooking freaking mushroom cream together, and something was not right with the taste, so she literally chucked half a uh, half a what's butter sold in? I'm blanking again.
What?
Butter. What unit is it sold in? Like the square thing?
What by weight?
No, by shape, by object.
Block?
I guess a block. Yes. So she.
Yeah, a brick, a square, a cube, a rhomboid? I don't fucking know. It depends.
Well, in Polish we could call it a cube of butter, I guess. So
Yeah,
she just chucked half a cube of butter into the thing for taste. And the worst part is that she was right because that made it taste right. And then I realized
I
that
bet it did.
that's why her cooking is so fattening. She just chucks half a cube of butter for taste. Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. Then this model's looking good.
Oh, we have a guest. Zazu, come here. Oh no, for a second I had a cat on my desk, but he jumped somewhere else.
He's like immediately like, no, I refuse to be on camera. How dare you?
Basically, yes.
You will speak to my agent.
He just wants attention.
Don't we all?
No. Some of us want peace, but sadly we live under capitalism, so we do have to go out of our houses. There was a funny story recently because there's a lot of there is still a lot of American soldiers working in like stationed in Poland, right?
Mm.
I like actually live right uh across from an American garrison. It's like 20 meters from my house. But there was a funny story in the media that the Americans were requesting help from the army because they couldn't afford the rent in Poland. American soldiers. That's sad. The housing market here is very dysfunctional. And then I hear people complaining about how, oh, yeah, there's so much regulation. How can one make money? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm very lucky because this is a flat that my family has owned for like 30 years by now. Just renovated instead when I'm living, so I don't have this issue. But people living in like the on the other side of the street here pay quadruple the rent I do. That's insane, isn't it?
No, I don't pay rent really here.
Okay, so my rent got hiked, but it's still like trying to calculate. $250 to $300 American. It's not that bad, but the rent across the street is four times that, and that's where the Americans are stationed. So I cannot blame them.
Have you considered maybe they just charge so much to get rid of the Americans?
No, that is the price one of my friends got. Living in the same
Uh,
place they renting. It's just insane, really. Like the only reason this is so cheap here is it's because it's a housing co-op. I I don't really know it. I don't think there's a proper word for it in English. So basically, a housing co-op, like everybody throwing together to make sure it stays cheap and we're not forced out by
yeah,
developers.
that's a housing society or housing association.
Yeah, basically. And it's not perfect, but
No, but
God
nothing ever is.
God bless it, fucking hell. Like if not for it, I
Okay,
would still be living with my parents.
I wouldn't. Mine kicked me out. Uh, nah, it's fine.
See,
That was years ago.
mine basically did too, but
Oh no, I got literally dumped out. Like,
I mean, my mother did technically dump me out, but that was I was living with them because this place was under renovation, so I was technically like already living by myself. Just had to come back for a bit, but it was so bad I got kicked out early. Ah, it is rough sometimes.
mm-hmm. It do be.
Okay. Yeah, we almost have one arm ready here. It's the same part it is. Okay, so that's one arm. I can make the handle ready. We're getting there. We're getting there. Really is a fast hell build. It's not my first one, which does help a lot. It is very nice because this is like one of the first kits and one of the only kits that are specifically Gundam that they made sure all the parts for the same part of the body are next to each other. In most kits, you have to like look across the runner for stuff, but now here everything is next to one another. all the leg parts together on all the arm parts together.
Mm-hmm.
Makes repeated building so much breezier. Also, that's help that there is no major seam lines I have to remove, because I still have nightmares of building 3 copies of a 2003 model kit.
Yeah, they can be bad, can't they? Yeah.
And they had incredible seam lines all across the front of their legs. And I had to remove all the seam lines on all 3 of them. Thankfully, they were like white, so I didn't have to paint it over. I removed it so it actually doesn't show after weathering, thankfully. Because I made them into desert troops, so after all that, it will look nicely without having to paint everything over. Still quite hellish. So I just never want to go through that again, even though like the great looking model, but getting it to actually look that way is just annoying.
Yeah.
I am very happy and proud of the team I made though. Again, it's one of my main team for dioramas, as well as of the Gundam skirmish game, the fan made
Mm-hmm.
one, which I love and try to spread, which is harder now that Bandai announced an official Gundam miniature game. I think it's fine. The difference being that the official one doesn't actually use the Gunpla, because miniatures the size of Warhammer miniatures, while in the fan game you can actually use the robots you've built. You don't have to buy them again. Another big part of the appeal, especially as you can stat any unit by and change the stats by yourself, and there is like a system for pointing based on the type of weapon, type of armor. You can any make that's not already like doesn't have their own uh, stat line, and the semi-official stat lines you can just stat yourself. So which also allows for you to do like stat your customs. Like, oh yeah, I customize this model in this way, so that's how its stats and cost point changes,
Yeah.
and that's awesome, especially if you've been doing this for years. The alternative is, oh, they now sell Gundam models that don't move and are the size of Warhammer miniatures, but you can play with them. And I'm like, it's not the same. It
Yeah. It
would,
doesn't have the same appeal, right?
yeah, it would help though if the fan game was a bit more polished.
Oh, I'm sure it would.
I mean, it is currently at version 2.5, and we'll mostly play the version 2.0, but it's already a bit outdated, especially as the development team disappeared mostly at the testing stages of 2.5 patch, which is sad. And it's mostly like community trying to continue it.
Mm-hmm.
It's always nice to see a fun game at least get to a second edition.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying that we're just thinking of making our own fork to fix some stuff. Because the main issue with the 1.0 and 2.0 version is that they don't have alternating activations. It's turn based, which, especially when all the Gundams are equipped with giant beam weapons, can just be annoying, because just like playing against like a shooty army that starts, can get screwed sometimes.
Then it seems like there's an issue with beam weapons rather than the turn-based thing.
Well, yes and no, because beam weapons that have and beam sniper weapons are just part of the setting, right? And the system is supposed to adapt the setting.
Yeah, but like you balance the weapons to make sure that other options are valid too, right?
You can deploy against it. There is like stuff, but the 2.5 version was testing Overwatch, which was nice. Sadly, didn't go anywhere, so we'd have to look into that. Alternatively, you can just try doing alternating activations, which is like one of the main things we're considering for our fork of the system,
Yeah.
and that's feel very nice. Like there is multiple Gundam settings, and the models are very much balanced around each other in each setting. So that also depends because some just have a lot of like projectile weapons with shorter aim, so it's like longer battles. But then you play Gundam Seed. I will show a model from it right now. This is the giant beam weapon that this guy holds.
Mm.
It can shoot across the map and one hit KO somebody, and then it's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
Especially as in this universe, everything is kinda pa- paper armored anyway, so it's very easy to kill stuff. Especially as
Yeah.
everything has all the weapon options ever. So it's a very swingy, fast-paced version, and then you have it turn-based. It's like nah, too much of an advantage for the starting player. Also, the system works with visual cover, which can be very tricky.
Yeah.
I do like visual cover, but it's very tricky to use well, and if you miss that, you can get screwed completely. The
Hmm.
best example, because it works by percentage of how much your unit is covered. So I once hit one of my units by behind a building, like a building ruin. It was like completely covered by the ruin, but there were so many windows in the building, like it was basically half the building, that we looked at it and eventually agreed that we can see at least 33% of the machine through the building because of how many windows there were, which means it doesn't get like the cover bonus for being completely hidden.
Right.
Such a bullshit moment because I was like, oh, I'll hide this model behind a whole tower and then charge next turn, but like no, they can actually see me and snipe me through it because of the windows. Silly thing.
I would say that is one of the good things that Games Workshop did with their cover system. I think it's not bad. Of all the cover systems they could have gone with, it's okay.
And I hate it's just very tricky. It's very like it very much feels like I just have to have terrain that's specifically designed for it because trying to use like trees and yeah ruins that are not tall enough, it just doesn't feel right. Because a bunch of
Mm.
trees. How much does that actually cover you? That depends on the tree, but often not that well, especially if the robot is pretty tall. I do again love though the way that the system handles statting everything. Very customizable. There's a shit ton of weapon options. Everything with their own points value. There's like the whole campaign and veterancy system for your pilots, a bunch of upgrades you can install.
Hmm. That's cool.
We're also thinking of like adapting different systems, but then again, stuff like wait, I'm blanking once again. There is like this popular mecha battle, quote unquote popular mecha battle system. I to remember. Been around for a while, since at least the 90s.
A Mech Warrior, is it?
Yeah, it is. It is Mech Warrior, but just because of the way that the mechs in that universe work, it just doesn't fit because there's a lot of stuff about like
Mm.
managing the heat of your machine, the temperature,
Mm-hmm.
like energy surges, and that does not things that are a problem with Gundam in the Gundam universes.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like a lot of other stuff would be nice, but then this whole system around which the whole game is basically balanced around it. That's how all the weapons are balanced by how much you can use them, how much you can move, and just not applicable to this setting.
Yeah. But you can take the idea and do something with it.
Oh yeah, that the idea of the setting of under mechanics, yes, but not this part. Oh, I forgot about the part. Shit. I have to assemble this. Always harder than us.
At least you can disassemble it. If I make a mistake, it's fucked. I can't unglue it.
I'm gonna unglue itself. Yeah, but I can easily break it if I do it. If I do it, build man. I do have some experience in picking up and having to fix it. Be fine. I do very much like in this hobby the part that okay, I fucked up, but it's not the end. I just have to take that into consideration, improvise to make it still work. Like, yeah, that does also mean that I fuck up a lot, but it makes me go creative and have to be inventive in what I do, so it still looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I appreciate it a lot, and then I can show it on the convention that people think it's intentional, and sometimes it is. A lot of the convention models I have been battle damaged a lot just because I wanted them to look nice. But it does still come from the fact that I fuck up a lot originally.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
It is a hobby, not a job. After would be nice to make enough money of streaming it to be a job, but not this lifetime.
I don't know, maybe one day.
Well,
I always said if I won the lottery, I'm going to open a board game cafe and just have like a 40k table in it.
if I win a lottery, I buy all the best streaming gear and try to do it full time for a bit and hope it works out. Like I have to calculate for how long that money can last me and just try my hardest to lock in. I'm missing one more part. Where is it? Here it is. Or I guess I could go to the doctor and try doing something about my chronic headaches. That could also help. Especially as headaches are like the main reason why I don't stream sometimes. Okay, I now see that I fucked up with the other arm and I have to also disassemble that one.
Oops.
Fun, fun, fun. It's not a big fuck up, it's just that one part is put in the other way around, which makes it stick out a couple millimeters more. But if I know that it's wrong, then I will just get tortured by it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, this hobby is one of the best things that ever happened to me. Like finding a gunpla club, finding a community of people who have the same fucking craze, and just that just helped a lot to socialize me as a person. Like having people I can call friends and meet regularly. That's nice.
Yeah.
Friends are nice. What's inventive thought, I know. And yet it is always true. Having people to go to conventions with and do cool shit. Welcome back, Exia. Thank for the stretch. I really needed that. Jesus Christ, my back. Oh, that's so much better. Thank you, you're the best, Exia. I will hydrate in a bit. I'm trying to fix a mistake. Okay, mistake fixed. This way and this way. Right hand. The left. Okay, okay, okay. We have the body and the arms done. Next is the head. I will hydrate. I will drink some Coke actually. Oh. Hey, liquid is liquid in the end. And does it
Mm-hmm.
does technically contain some water. Okay, time for head.
Indeed.
Okay. Actually, there's one more thing that comes from having my Gunpla Club I really appreciate. Not having paid for convention tickets because I go in as part of a club that does dioramas.
Mm-hmm.
I would not go to conventions if I had to pay.
That's fair.
And that's nice because lately the conventions in my city in Posen have been getting a bit insane. Not only are we now getting actual Japanese bands that make anime openings to have concerts on cons here, they the guests that are guests we're getting are also getting better and better.
That's cool.
Like, wait, what was his name? The actor known for playing bad guys like in Breaking Bad.
I don't know the guy's name, but I know the guy you mean.
Yeah, he's coming over this year.
Cool.
Pretty big. Yeah, and last con there was a Myth and Roid concert. One Japanese band. The con before that we had Clarice, who made the opening for Madoka, which is my favorite anime ever. There's a bunch of great concerts I go to get to go to for free. And I also get to teach people how to build model kits. People always there's always the fear that people will take this the wrong way, because of course there is, but teaching kids how to do stuff is fun. We have mothers,
Teaching people in general is fun.
yeah, like we have mothers bringing their children like, oh, new hobby. This is almost like Lego, and they always appreciate, like, for like half a year now we've had a whole group of like 12 to 14-year-olds come to our Gunpla meet with their own models, because they saw us on one of the cons and really caught the plastic crack.
Nice.
My friend is organizing, like, I did talk about this, modeling seminars, and I help him with them as one of the teachers, and those kids are just coming to all of them.
Cool.
They're freaking paid seminars, and they just go there to learn. Just, it just warms up your heart that they care this much. That's not the fact they actually just love the hobby and setting. And and they make the same stupid jokes that the boomers in the club make. Same stupid fandom memes. Okay, we have the head ready. It's on a ball joint, which is funny because it cannot move at all. The completely stationary head, but it's on a ball joint. Why? Who knows? But hey, look, I have the whole body ready. This is the Leo. All I have left now is its weapons.
Oh yeah.
An extremely simple design, but that's part of its charm. It was built to be like a mass production, low quality model kit uh, and machine in the universe. And hey, it does its job great. It's great at dying to the main characters of the anime.
Someone's got to be a stormtrooper, right?
Yeah, like Gundam has some of the most iconic stormtroopers in all of anime, after all.
But can they actually land their shots?
That depends who they're shooting. See,
So does it in Star Wars.
true. But see, there is so many Gundam series at this point with different directors and different focuses. A bunch of them is actually from the point of view of the space Nazis. So yeah, sometimes they very much can hit their target. My favorite is actually My favorite one of them is actually focused on the space Nazis, and it's also a Christmas series in the same way that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Right.
Freaking great. Especially since it's at the end of the war and the space Nazis are the freaking underdogs. Not a thing you hear often with how with how popular Star Wars and influential Star Wars has been, it's always like space Nazi domination. And Gundam starts like that, and then they get pummeled, and the uh, rest of the timeline is space Nazi remnants hiding and basically being terrorists, while the quote unquote good guys of the first series become their own totalitarian regime. Not even totalitarian, just very corrupt and inefficient. But also, yeah, also totalitarian. Just big thing in Gundam is that all the poor people got uh, kicked off Earth into space colonies, so that the those well off could just buy their ticket to stay on Earth and enjoy nature. That could recover because half the population got evicted. And the space colonists don't get any vote on the matter, or on the what's the name, on their own self-determination of their colonies. This is why they always end up revolting.
You would think they would learn eventually.
Well, the Earth Federation starts out as the good guys, then they become their own fascistic regime that has to be taken down. And then the Federation survives and becomes the quote unquote good guys again, but they're fucking corrupt. There is no good guys in Gundam, but someone is always the worst ones. It's usually the ones who are gassing space colonies. There's always somebody just using poison gas on civilians. Those are usually the bad guys of this specific piece. Just just crap tons of nerve gas. Okay. Yes. Pretty clean. What's this one? This. And that's the machine gun with
Nice.
some nice color separation too. Always appreciate that. So now the next part is the shield, and after that we're done. Nice fast build, but with really good color separation and accuracy. I cannot ask for much more, really. Well, I can ask for all the weapon options, but I will just have to buy them separately.
Mm-hmm.
As it often is. Okay, I am lucky enough to have a Taiwanese friend who imports everything. Even the hard to get exclusive kits. Most of the fandom doesn't have the privilege of just having everything handed to them like that.
Mm-hmm.
They have to import by themselves. this. No, there we go. Okay. Shield. And this is the last piece of the armor.
That looks quite nice, actually, that yellow.
What?
That's the first pass of the yellow.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see it. I see it.
That's literally the first pass of yellow.
See, I do love that on miniatures. Well, I do. I wanna build Iron Warrior, so I can probably guess all those. Warning stripes are just a very nice look on war machines.
I mean, if you like hazard stripes, I painted a venom crawler, the giant spider looking one,
Oh, that does sound quite nice.
and all down its back is hazard stripes.
That does sound very nice. We've got the shield on his arm. One of my cats is completely ruining the litter box. What the hell is going on? You must have the shits or something. Jesus Christ. What great timing.
I hope the cat's okay.
Yeah, same. Like, my mic is actually catching the sounds of him messing up the litter box, so it is pretty major. Lolek, are you okay? He's clearly trying to hide some evidence. Okay, and with this, if I just don't break it this time. Oh yeah, there's still some snaps here, I see. There. Here. Here. Now all yeah, the other part, other than the ankles that's not holding together, is the freaking waist that keeps falling off. Quite
Okay, that doesn't sound
unfortunate.
ideal.
Quite unfortunate. Now the effect parts, and this is a complete out of box build. There we go. That is the whole model. With the shield and everything. I'm gonna snooze the ads because I finished the model, so I'm gonna end soon anyway. Simple design, effective. Obviously, next I'm gonna panel line the thing, but not today. Not today. Still can do some stuff. Forget. What? I don't think I didn't. What do you think of the design?
It's nice.
Yeah, simple, effective, stormtrooper. Not much more I can ask for. What? Hey. Oh, yeah, nothing's perfect. Thank you, Exia. That means a lot coming from you. But yeah, again, that's my second. I have 4 more to build, and then I will get the weapons pack and have a whole squadron of Leos to hopefully use in the skirmish game. Yeah, that's
That'd be fun.
it for today's stream. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna raid Terminus now
Oh heavens.
and probably go to sleep. Really, just quickly set it up. The Terminus live, indeed, they are.
Indeed.
So thanks everybody for joining. If you're already not following, please make sure to follow so you can hang out more often. But for the day, this will be all. So let us depart. So thank you, Terminus, for hanging out with me.
You're welcome.
Uh, sorry for leaving you by yourself.
I'm used to it. It's all good.
That that's just sad, you know.
No, I like being quiet and like introspective. It's nice.
Well, then I hope I'm not yapping too much.
Nope.
You sure? Wait, Vist is online and painting. Why didn't he join?
Mm.
That's rude.
Maybe they want to stream alone today.
That's fair. That's literally what I did a week ago. I built a model on stream, but it was my birthday, so I wanted to stream alone.
Yeah, that's fair.
Those hazard stripes look great.
They're not done yet, but thank you.
Yeah, I know, and they already look awesome. So good job, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
So have a nice evening. I'm gonna get some rest after the work, and hopefully we'll
Yeah.
have energy for at least one more stream on the weekend.
Sounds good. Take
And
care.
there we go. That's the raid. There we go. And I will now disconnect. Good night.
Take care. Goodbye.